put my seatbelt on so it'll stop beeping. And if I'm using the other spare bedroom, we already decided that I'm going to have less stuff than is in that closet anyhow. That closet is easily 1.5 times bigger, if not more.
Yeah. I thought you said 4.5 times. I was like, no, it's not 4.5 times bigger.
No, 1.5 times.
Yeah.
So, there's another apartment complex right behind Georgetown that looks very similar to them, but newer. Oh, this is a dead end. I cannot turn around. Their leasing office doesn't open until 6 p.m., strangely, so I will come back.
I think we talked to them. What's the name of it? Do you know?
I don't remember, but I'll see it again on the way out. They're cute. I mean, they're kind of like they're brick and siding, so it's. I mean, their patios aren't very pretty.
Yeah.
But.
Well, you know, I really liked the patio. It felt more like a yard.
Yeah.
In the one that we looked at, you know, like, and I liked that we could put our plants in the ground. There was a shelf under the window we could put little pots of herbs, you know, like, it could really be like having a yard, like having a backyard. You know, a small one, but we don't need a big one. And it'd be nice, you know, it'd be nice to have that and not have to maintain a yard. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really so concerned with looking at other apartments, especially in that area. I mean, maybe if it was cheaper and it was nicer, then, you know, that's one thing. But I was very happy, you know, as far as an apartment goes, if we're looking at apartments, that's what I'm hoping to find.
Well,
you know?
I haven't really put any effort into looking at apartments, but I remembered Georgetown was a favorite before, so I called them up.
Right. Yeah. No. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying in terms of other complexes in the area, it's not that I would look at them. It's that I don't feel compelled to like do a thorough search of apartments.
Yeah.
I'd be happy if we choose an apartment. I'd be happy with this one. You know.
Mhm. I do.
And the only reason I wouldn't be is because of where it is. But I mean, we did see that it's very close to everything else. We can still walk to all of the places that we wanted to.
Yeah, actually, going down the backside, we can walk down to a whole bunch of other. There's a supermarket, there's another Kroger's, and a bunch of little shops and restaurants. I mean, it's not as nice as a street, but it's just as close.
Well, I think we're like you said, we're a mile from the Hillcrest area anyway. So, you know, like that's just as easily our evening walk, you know. Not that easily, but so close. So I guess that's okay.
And these these houses in the neighborhood, right, going the other direction, they're, you know, not all of these houses together would we expect to see in Hillcrest, but a large number of them you would expect to see in Hillcrest mixed in with the other really nice houses. So it's like, you know, just like you would expect it to be. Nice, but not as nice as you gradually get away from the epicenter of where people feel is like the chic place to live.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to see the video. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Well, actually, as I was explaining this, I kind of have to go back and take some of that back, because some of these houses are just as nice, if not nicer, and then some of them aren't, but...
Right. Well, but there are houses that aren't so nice in Hillcrest.
True.
But, yeah, I mean, just the sheer fact that, like, we have to leave where we are because it's an unacceptable living situation. So, I think that's something that we're happy with and that is available now. You know, like the fact that we know we can move in right away. Like, it's not like we can really stick around so very much longer where we are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that we kind of can. I mean, I think that we have that on our side. I don't think there's a pressing need, or not need, but like time constraints that we have to adhere to. So we can actually take as much time as we feel is prudent, but on the other hand, we don't want to take too long. We don't want to draw this out. We want to be able to say we're someplace that's comfortable and,
Yeah.
That's the highway over there. So, it's kind of a, what do you think the, weighing our, the pros and cons of the different scenarios?
Well, the one other thing that I want to remember, which is sometimes hard for me to remember, is that we are not going to find a place without drawbacks.
Yes.
If there was a place that had nothing that we didn't love, I mean, like the closest, I guess the good part is because that little pig house was just so great. It was almost exactly what we were looking for, but it was too expensive, and that was the drawback. So I guess this is, there's going to be something that's a drawback for every place we find, and I'm articulating this more for me because I think you're better at remembering this than I am. It's for me to remember that if the drawback is something that we can, is a reasonable compromise for us, that is okay, then we should do it, and I haven't seen the neighborhood yet, but if it seems to be a good neighborhood and it's also close to the neighborhood we want to be, maybe that's a reasonable compromise, even if it's not perfect.
Yeah, that's how I see it. Man, I just went past this house. They had the most beautiful, I don't know what they were, purple flowers that just they wrapped up in this big thick vine around their lamp post. And it was just sometimes you see flowers on vines near it was a trail of them. It was like a bouquet had been wrapped around a post. Gorgeous.
Wow.
No, good.
Well, tell me this. If it were up to you to make this decision right now, and it was just you, would you move in?
I don't feel comfortable giving that comment.
Why?
Because I don't want you to base your decision on what I'm saying. I want to, I'll give you as much information as possible about what I see and what I think are pros and cons, but I don't want to sway. I want this to be your decision, and you to feel not feel that you were doing it because I wanted it or didn't want it.
Well, why is it my decision? We're both moving in there.
Well, yes, but I mean, and I would tell you if I didn't like it. I'll tell you if I don't think it's a good idea, but I don't want to weigh in on, because it's not. As far as I'm concerned, like I said before, I see a lot of positives about it. But if you didn't like it or didn't like it enough, and I think that's plenty of reason not to do it.
Well, I have trouble filtering through what is my bias based on what my ideal was and what's actually a problem, For sure I know that I would be happier there than I am right now, where we are. And I guess I have to remember that it isn't important to have it be a house. That's not a priority. That doesn't really affect our standard of living. I know that I would, I would love to come home every day and to a house that wasn't part of a big building and didn't have, but I don't think it didn't seem like we were going to be seriously affected by neighbors.
There's a pool, and you know how much you like being able to hang out by the pool.
That's true. That is true. And we're not going to find that if we have a house. And if we do have a house, we're going to have to worry more about maintenance stuff. We're going to have to keep the lawn mowed. We're going to have to keep
Hey, baby.
Yeah?
Can I get you to write down some more numbers for me?
Well, yeah. Okay, give me one. Go.
Okay, so 501-960-0660.
Okay.
And
Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to call that one A. No, I already have an A in my phone. I'm going to call that one D.
oh, you're saving it in your phone?
Yeah, I don't have paper and pen. I'm outside.
Oh, well, you should have just said that, and I would have just stopped and grabbed paper and... Cause here, check.